Hi, welcome to Smosh Mouth. I'm Shayne.
Hi, I'm Amanda, Lehan-Canto.
Full title.
And here's Spencer, our favorite guy.
Whoa. Favorite guy.
I'm changing it up. I'm
you
changing
are,
up my intros.
You are changing it up.
What do you usually say?
Special guest.
You were saying that for
so lame,
100
Amanda.
episodes.
I know.
What episode number is this?
Is it 103?
Wait, we're not on 100 yet. Remember?
We're not at 100 yet.
Remember?
I completely forgot.
We have something special planned.
Completely forgot. Someone did point
Party.
out we are now past the amount of episodes we had on the original Smoshcast.
Oh yeah, that shit. They never had me on.
Jesus.
They never had me on.
Were you never on
They
an
never
episode?
had me on.
Well,
Bro,
I didn't work here, so you can't blame me.
They were pulling anyone onto that show except for me. They were like, "Oh, that guy that walked by the office one time, get him in here."
Oh, no.
They were afraid of what I might say.
Whoa, and look at us. We've brought you on so much, and you've said really fun things on here.
We're fearless on Smosh Mouth. That's what people say. They say it's the most fearless podcast that exists.
We are.
This was fact
Thank
checked
you.
by real American patriots.
Gross.
We'll say anything on this show. Okay.
You wanted to discuss something, Shayne.
Before we're going to talk about movies today.
Yeah, we are.
Because I've been laughing my ass off at Letterboxd reviews, and I pulled a bunch.
LOL, man.
But there's a serious discussion happening. By the time this episode airs, the discussion will be past its prime. But I feel like we need to address it because of a lot of things. Particularly, look, you got the portrait right behind you. Oof. So gorillas are back online right now.
Gorillas are back.
What do you mean?
Gorillas are back.
Have you ever seen Congo?
Yeah.
Haven't
I?
There's a very serious there's a very serious debate happening right now. Okay. And before I give you any context, I'm going to have you answer.
Oh.
Who would win in a fight? 100 men versus one silverback gorilla.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. This is happening.
Oh, God.
This is happening. This is happening for real.
Men just coming back and being like, I'm strong.
This is 100 random men. We don't get to pick the men.
And there's no weapons.
There's no weapons. Bare hands.
100% a silverback gorilla.
Versus 100 men.
Yes. Those guys.
Men.
I'm pissed that men are even coming together and being like, hey, what do you guys think? Right,
Spencer? That was what I thought at first. That was my initial thought.
No, don't.
I have been cooking on this for like a week.
No.
Yeah, this is what
realistically
every man's been thinking about.
realistically it's only been a couple days since this discussion fully emerged, but because I've been thinking about strategies. I've been thinking about how we would do it.
I don't like this.
Yeah, no, and that's I think the ultimate thing is I think this is something that a lot of men I think enjoy thinking about.
So
just the sheer military strategy.
What's your strategy?
I don't want to get too like graphic with it, but like essentially you'd have to suffocate him.
That is the strategy.
That's the only. But it's like it's pure numbers, and like you would lose many men. Like it would not be.
Do you know who you're speaking to? Someone who will defend her life for these silverback gorillas.
Oh, nobody's gonna be happy.
No. So that's the other thing I always want to like preface this conversation with. Like, is this would be awful. This would be a tragedy for all involved, and I never want this to happen.
I hope this situation does not occur.
Why are men randomly now bringing this up?
I think it's a discussion
I think it's a discussion we need to have.
Why?
I brought up this all the time of like, if you put me in the octagon with any wild animal, I'm losing. I don't think there's not many animals, but I think people often overestimate what a person could do. Now, 100 men, the problem is that has been brought up is that gorillas, while so strong, their endurance is not infinite. So, they're going to get tired out from killing men.
Have you guys seen Gladiator? You have to work together. So are these 100 men meeting? Are you guys having meeting times?
If we all just get dropped in and there's no pre-planning.
It's like the Batman thing. It's like, could Batman beat him? It's like with prep time.
With prep time, Batman could beat him. But technically, Batman, one of Batman's villains is a gorilla that's really smart. So
there's the theory that it's like Batman could beat any. No, it's not even a theory. I would say it's the truth. It's like Batman could beat anybody if given prep time.
Which Batman? Christian Bale?
Literally any.
Ben Affleck?
Yes.
Yeah.
You think Ben Affleck?
I won't,
actually, Ben Affleck's Batman is kind of OP.
I won't lie to you. The only Batman Ben Affleck piece of film I've seen was his brief appearance in Suicide Squad.
Got it. You haven't seen the full
Unaliving Squad.
Unaliving Squad.
Yeah, very good.
But
nice.
okay, that's a different discussion, the Batman discussion. But I do agree. I think that the gorilla would get tired out. I do think you just have to dogpile him.
It would
get
be,
on top.
It'd be like in the second Matrix movie, when all the Agent Smiths jump on Neo.
Yeah, of
it's
course.
exactly
I
like
love
that.
that part.
Now
And then
Neo,
he went,
and then he goes boom.
Neo did win that fight. I think that would happen the first time we dogpile him. The gorilla is going to do that. And we're all going to go flying. We all have to then regroup.
And then we go slide back. We'd be like, more.
Yeah, I do think we're going to lose. The question is, how many men are you going to lose? And I think it's a lot.
Oh, I don't think you guys are going to succeed.
I think 30 guys.
My favorite discussion topic has been like, hey, we might win, but what that gorilla's going to do to the first guy, we're going to know about. We're going to hear about that for centuries.
The first guy's going to go, he's going to look around and go, ah, and the gorilla's going to go, and he's going to go to his crumbled body.
That's my fear, is this the psychological aspect is the problem, because you need to hope that in the 100 guys that you have like 5 to 10 guys who are so egotistical
that
or
they
so
think
out of their mind that they're going to
to
charge and start this.
Of
because
course.
if we hesitate and that gorilla gets a chance to take people one-on-one, we're going to lose a lot more guys.
I'm telling you, I think it's going to be more than 5 to 10 egotistical guys. I think it's going to be 50 guys who are like, I am going to take
Then I
this
think
gorilla.
our chances are much better, because we got to get on top of him. You got to just put weight.
I want to emphasize again. I want no part of this if this actually happens.
I like that you do.
I hope this never happens.
Oh, I don't like this, but let's...
People have been making the joke of like, if Mr. Beast hears about this.
Well, he already said something about it.
Oh God.
What did he say?
He's like, let me work on this.
No, don't let him cook.
Don't let him cook at all.
Honestly, you throw Mr. Beast in.
Here's the thing. I think if you guys were thrown into like a coliseum with a silverback gorilla, I would hope that you wouldn't. I would hope that it would be like against your will. I don't know why that makes me feel better.
That's the context of this. It's not like 100 guys signed up for this. It's like, what would happen if 100 guys and a gorilla were in the same room and they could only leave once one of them was dead?
I think here's the thing. I think you could easily get 100 guys to sign up for this.
I kind of agree. Actually, I went backwards. I'm like, wait a second. No, this is actually probably could be a thing.
I don't want it to happen.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so neither of you guys have seen Congo.
I don't know what Congo is.
So
it's the movie where
an old school movie.
It's like a 90s movie where they go into the Congo and there's like the evil gorillas.
Oh, I don't think I know this one.
Maybe I have. Who's in it?
See, that's
Ernie Hudson.
Should I Letterboxd review it?
Tim Curry's in it.
What is he doing in it?
It does break my heart. The discussion breaks my heart because gorillas, I think, are very silly.
Oh, they're ultimately the
so
silliest
silly,
guys.
and like, truthfully, gorillas aren't like vicious animals. Now, chimpanzees, chimpanzees, nightmare fuel.
Mm-hmm.
I did see someone bring up the debate of like, okay, your entire friend group versus a chimpanzee. I'm like, you're losing that.
Yeah,
you need way more than 10 guys.
I would run.
I would trip someone else and then run.
Okay. Find yourself someone that looks at you the way Dr. Peter Elliott looks at Amy, the talking gorilla.
Amy was the talking gorilla.
Is one of the reviews from Congo. Wow. Ernie Hudson jumps out of a plane while hugging a talking gorilla.
Yeah, so
God, I got to see this movie.
Amy is the talking gorilla, and they bring her to the Congo rainforest. Like an expedition goes missing in the Congo. It's based on a Michael Crichton book. It's pretty silly. It's got Bruce Campbell in the beginning.
The movie is just okay, but I would take a bullet for Amy the gorilla.
So the gorilla does sign language.
It does sign language, but she's got kind of a like a translator on, so it will translate her movements into speech.
I think I need to watch this. Do you remember? There was another gorilla movie.
Mighty Joe Young.
Thank you so much for being incredible.
There's our YouTube short.
Thank you so much.
There was only one other gorilla movie in the 90s.
There's only so many people I can go, do you remember that movie, and have them both say it at the same time?
It's like gorilla movies. It's like you have King Kong, you have the Peter Jackson King Kong, you have Mighty Joe Young, you have Congo.
Charlize Theron and Bill Paxton, right? Mighty Joe Young?
Is Bill Paxton in it?
I'm pretty sure.
It might be Bill Pullman.
No.
I will say, did you guys ever see George of the Jungle?
Yeah, of course.
Remember when John Cleese is the gorilla?
No.
Well, John Cleese is the gorilla. It's a great movie.
There's the other gorilla movie.
Yeah. George of the Jungle was absolutely...
We also have Greystoke.
Nobody knows what that is.
Oh, okay.
See? Bill Paxton.
You're right.
Okay, Mighty Joe Young, Bill Paxton.
God, that age gap is probably crazy.
You think? No, I think they were pretty much the same age.
Charlize Theron was probably like
young.
She's probably like 23. That's the age gap in Jurassic Park. Alan Grant is like the actor is probably like 20 years older than Laura Dern.
Okay, Charlize Theron was born in 1975, and he was born in 1955. R.I.P.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Wow. Okay, gorilla movies, incredible. This episode is brought to you by Rocket Money. Shayne, have you been watching a lot of shows recently?
Been watching a few, but I've definitely fallen off a little bit, and I still have my subscriptions for all my streaming services, though. And I need to dwindle that down because I'm spending a lot of money I don't want to spend, so I can lose track easily.
Right. Well, luckily there's Rocket Money for that,
which is great. I need it. Because Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. And I need that because I'm a forgetful person. Mm-hmm. So if I have something that reminds me of the subscriptions that I'm paying for, that's nice. And it helps you cancel them too.
Yeah, it's so easy. You just download the app, you see all your subscriptions right there, and it alerts you if your bills increase. And there's a new goal feature so you can start saving money, have a budget, and just like get everything on track.
It's incredible.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features.
Before Rocket Money, I had tons of subscriptions that I had forgotten about. When I downloaded the app, I was amazed to see the things that I was paying for that I was not realizing I was paying for. It is great. I'm saving so much more money every month.
Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/smoshmouth today. That's rocketmoney.com/smoshmouth. rocketmoney.com/smoshmouth.
Back to the show.
Let's go.
Okay.
Hey, Young.
So we want to talk about movies. Let's get into movies, dude.
Yeah, let's get into movies. I will say I had not read Letterboxd reviews. And so it was what I love about Smosh Mouth is it's opening up my world into things that people do constantly. And so I got to go on Letterboxd reviews and be like, this is so fun.
Did you follow me?
You're on there?
I'm on there.
How will I find you?
Are you popular on Letterboxd? Are you a Letterboxd influencer?
No, that's
how do I find you?
So here's the thing. Look, good people of Letterboxd, if you're watching, fix your interface, bro. I don't know how to search for shit on there.
I don't either.
You have to do members or HQs.
So, by the way, Letterboxd is an app. It's like a social media app, but it's all about movies and reviewing movies. But it kind of works a little like social media because you can follow people.
Yeah.
You can
see what they're watching.
You can there's reviews, and then you can kind of review reviews.
So I
you can
typed
leave
in
comments
Spencer,
on people's reviews.
And you're not there. I don't know where you are.
I don't know where you are. So I really like it because I do like seeing what movies my friends are watching.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that I can kind of be like, oh, like I saw you watched blah, blah, blah. Like, what'd you think?
That's true.
It's usually like a conversation starter.
Yeah, and it also shows what movies are popular, and it's not just what's out. It's like if there's a re-release or if a movie's just kind of trending. Mm-hmm.
Well,
like the prequels are kind of being talked about.
There is a movie trending right now that all the girlies are watching. There's a movie that got re-released in theaters, Pride and Prejudice.
Did you go?
I was just with Morgan from Two Hot Takes, and we talked about it for probably 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. I haven't gone because I just rewatched it streaming just because it's my yearly
I've
thing
never
that I do.
seen it.
I know. What the hell is wrong with you?
I know that's a big one because
What?
I know people say that shit is next level.
You need to get in your car and you need to go home right meow because it is so good. You guys like that?
You didn't
pretty
just
cool
meow
millennial
us.
shit.
You didn't just
right meow.
Meow
You need to
us.
right meow. Go home right meow. Right meow. Listen to me.
You hold up your finger and there's a mustache drawn on it.
Right now, you need to go home right now.
I must ask you a question.
No. Pride and Prejudice. Okay, it is the best movie ever.
Is it one of your favorite movies of all time?
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
I think a lot of women will say this. It is such a classic, good movie, incredible music. I literally listened to the soundtrack.
It has a 4.1 on Letterboxd.
Well, I looked up some reviews on Letterboxd for Pride and Prejudice. 5 stars. I'm gonna die alone.
With that attitude.
So that's one. And then
me reviewing any movie.
Gonna die alone.
And then 4 stars. And if you haven't watched this, you won't get this.
I know Pride and Prejudice. Though.
Listen to me. 4 stars. My English literature teacher once said that the hand flex shot is one of the greatest shots in cinema history.
Yeah,
she was so real for that. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I don't know that.
Okay.
But I know the plot of Pride and Prejudice. I know Mr. Darcy.
No, Mr. Darcy, apparently it's an improvised scene. He literally, so him and Keira Knightley have this tension going
Succession.
through. Yeah, the guy from Succession, which kills me because it's like, I don't want to picture that. Mr. Darcy, very sexy. Don't think Succession. Don't even go there. He is like lifting Keira Knightley into the carriage.
Yes.
And they're tense. They're very tense or whatever.
Yeah.
None of them will admit anything. And he lifts her hand, and then there's just one shot of him walking back, and he goes like this with his hand because he touched her hand.
Oh.
Romance.
Yeah, that's...
God, I hate you both. You guys suck ass.
Yeah, the part
cool
in Terminator 2, and he's like, I won't kill anyone. Then he shoots the guard like 3 times in the leg.
so sick.
Yeah,
I love Terminator 2 too, you guys.
The top comment on Pride and Prejudice, it's 5 stars, and it just says the hand flex, 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 and that goes on forever.
Honestly, Shayne, I think that you will literally love it.
Oh, I'm sure I'll love it.
You've seen it.
I think I was a little young. I think I saw it kind of...
Mighty Joe young.
I saw it in like high school. I was like, yeah, I'm not really... Like, I'm trying to see V for Vendetta for like the 5th time.
Yeah, bro.
V for Vendetta is
chosen
an
as
excellent
hell.
movie.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman with a shaved head is just hot.
That is a
I'm sorry.
chosen ass movie.
It is so good.
That movie like shifted the way I thought for like... We came out of V for Vendetta, me and my friends in like 8th grade or whatever, we were like, bro,
No.
what the f***?
No.
That's what was the most chosen thought that I had watching V for Vendetta, because this isn't like this is a spoiler, but not gonna ruin the movie. I'm just like, yeah, if I was on fire, I would just stand and take it too, because that would be so badass if you're just on fire and just like, whatever.
I think we should warn viewers that there might be some spoilers in this episode. So
I'm not gonna spoil movies.
I'm not gonna spoil ends
That's
or
not
anything.
gonna spoil V for Vendetta.
Great.
Did you see his that director's other movie, Atonement?
Oh,
Stop.
Atonement's
Atonement
incredible.
is literally on my list.
I have watched
of
Atonement
movies.
and I've read the book, and it's amazing.
No.
No?
Atonement is the top of my list under bad.
What?
I don't care. No, don't lift up this table.
You think Atonement's a bad movie?
Here's the thing. As a
Bad
movie, it's gorgeous, beautiful, excellent actors. As a person watching it, I would rather be buried in the ground than watch it again. I'm so sorry.
It's pretty devastating.
It is the saddest. And Saoirse Ronan, incredible.
She
Keira
plays
Knightley, she plays a little shit. She plays a little shit. And it's so upsetting. I think it's because my mom and my sister, we had like a date in New York when we were younger. And my mom was like, and we're going to go see Atonement. We were like, ooh, yay.
And you left the
Depressing
theater.
as
It is depressing.
A movie with like a you ending, like a depressing one. Did you guys ever see Pay It Forward?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
you were talking about this the other day.
We were talking about this the other day.
Isn't that Helen Hunt?
Pay it forward.
Spoilers
Spoilers.
for it's Kevin Spacey as the guy with the burnt face. It's I think it's Helen Hunt, and then it's Haley Joel Osment.
Yes, it is.
As the
Yes,
kid.
it is.
And the whole movie, it's like him kind of like it's him talking, like paying it forward. It's him kind of like reestablishing growth in the community.
Generosity.
Then at the end, just
In
gets
2000.
stabbed. Just gets stabbed and dies.
Yeah.
It's not a movie that I feel like, oh, you got to see that movie. But it is just like, here's this kid. He's so sweet that he's inspiring everyone. And at the end, it's just like, yeah, he got stabbed and died.
This poor Haley Joel Osment. I mean, Sixth Sense.
He was fine in Sixth Sense.
He was so good, but like the trauma around
until he
his
got stabbed at the end.
Yeah, but I mean, but he made it out of Sixth Sense like okay. Like
Yeah,
he made
he
it
makes
out
it
like
out.
unscathed.
He makes
Bruce
it.
Willis.
Bruce Willis, unfortunately.
And that, don't you dare say anything else, because that's
Nothing
a
else.
spoiler. It's one of my favorite
What,
movies.
you never heard Jizz in My Pants?
What?
When Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense.
He goes,
I
jizz in my pants.
jizzed in my pants.
What are you talking about?
It's the Lonely Island song. It was a really
I love
popular.
Lonely Island, but I don't remember
It
that
was a
part.
really popular song.
And you did it again. You
Yeah.
said something.
He killed James.
You said something worse than me. You did it again.
Oh,
I don't remember that Lonely Island song, but damn.
Atonement, you hated that so much. You listed that under bad. Because here's my bad movies. Before I
didn't know we were supposed to have a list.
No, you're just. You probably know your bad.
You weren't in the meeting.
We could just talk about Joe Wright movies the whole time. So we could talk about Hannah. Remember that movie?
Of course, Hannah without the H at the end.
Yeah.
They made a whole show about it.
I didn't watch it.
Hannah's
actually
good.
Pretty good. The show's really good.
The music in the Hannah movie was.
That's Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah.
So I guess he just loves Saoirse Ronan.
My bad movies, here's the two worst movie experiences I've had in theaters.
Tell me.
But I do not go to movies if I think they're going to be bad.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm not a fan. I don't
either.
I'm not a bad movie person for theaters.
For theaters, for home streaming, done and done.
Fine.
Until there was like a moment, because my best friend worked at the movie theater when we were in high school, so we would see everything. And there was a moment, and I think it was seeing G.I. Joe in theaters. I was like,
hot movie.
I was like, I no longer need to see
G.I. Joe. You're thinking of G.I.
Jane.
Right. Never mind.
Which I get.
Hey,
G.I. Jane's actually based on G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was guys.
No, I know that.
G.I. Joe's is those.
I don't think I remember the movie G.I. Joe, but continue your
It was
story.
really bad, but I think I saw that movie and I was like, wait, I don't have to see like everything in the theater.
Yeah.
I think that was like a very an important moment where I was like,
I don't have to be
this
here.
actually actively wasted my time.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
Have you walked out of a movie? Did you walk out of
We
G.I.
walked
Joe?
out of it wasn't Barnyard, but it was like one of those. It was like Hoodwinked or something like that. I think I also walked out of what was the movie? It was John Heder and Billy Bob Thornton.
Monsters Ball?
No, like
John Heder.
John Heder.
Wait, who's
from
John
Napoleon
Dynamite.
Oh God.
School for Scoundrels.
School for Scoundrels.
I think I walked out of School for Scoundrels.
Yeah.
I walked out of one movie, and it was Cop Out, a Kevin Smith movie. It's Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan. That movie was so bad that I truly, like, my buddy and I were like, let's go.
Yeah.
And we'd gone to a theater where we were able to get in for free.
Yeah.
I don't watch those type of movies.
I found two reviews on Letterboxd for it, and they seemed to agree. Someone just said, nah, and gave it a half a star. And then someone else said, someone left a review for Cop Out saying, it's a slept-on bit of trivia that this is actually the longest movie ever made. 1.5 stars.
I think Kevin Smith has come out and been like, this is one of the worst movies ever made.
I did not realize it was Kevin Smith.
The cover alone is the type of movies I cannot
They
watch.
just were like, we're going to make money.
I can't get through those type of movies. I just struggle with them so hard.
I don't love strong formulaic movies. And this just felt like...
Buddy duos?
It just felt bad.
I
love a good buddy cop
Me
movie.
too.
Oh, me too.
But they've got to be fucking good.
Yeah.
They've got to be good.
The other, and I'm so glad we're past this era. I worry it's going to come back. But do you remember the era when it was like, so we started with Scary Movie. And Scary Movie rocked.
Love Scary
and
Movie.
And all those Scary Movies, I've only seen the first one.
What? They get so
I
good.
know.
Once they bring in like the airplane Naked Gun guys.
Yes.
I know.
Because Scary Movie 1, not a fan. Scary Movie 2, it's better.
So good.
Scary Movie 3, holy dude.
Is that my hand?
That's
my
2.
strong hand.
That's 2. That's
I forget what 3. What 3
3 is where she.
Is that Leslie Nielsen?
Yeah.
Wow.
From Naked Gun.
3 is when they start bringing in Leslie Nielsen.
Okay, I'll watch them.
Naked Gun was one of my favorites.
3 is like The Ring, like.
Where it's like, bitch, get water all over my floor, Cindy, and she's like beating her up.
It's like one of the two movies Keith has seen, and he quotes all the time.
Oh yeah,
Nat
he loves
and
it.
Norbit.
But so the Scary Movies were so successful, they started being like, let's just make a ton of these types of
Date
movies.
movie.
So they made Date Movie, they made Disaster Movie.
Yeah.
They made
Movie 43.
Epic Movie. Yeah.
Movie 43 is an acid trip. My sister loves that movie.
But I did have
Knockout.
The Knockout. Oh my God, yeah.
I would only want to go see good movies or movies that I knew were going to be good.
They should make a parody of like Disaster Movie, and then one's just Good Movie.
Good movie. But I had a group of friends who would want to go see movies all the time, and they always picked the worst movies. And what sucked is they weren't picking it ironically.
You gotta leave those friends.
Like, they were like, they were like, let's go see Epic Movie. It looks so funny.
No.
And I was like, really?
No.
What was the one that? Oh, Superhero Movie was the one with Drake Bell.
Oh, God.
Didn't watch that.
But I went and saw Epic Movie. And I don't remember much of it because it's not even a movie.
It's not epic?
It's just a series of stupid gags and like baseline jokes. But I found some reviews of it. Someone said this cost $20 million to make, half a star. Someone left a review for Epic Movie saying "F off," half a star. Lastly, someone said more like funny f***ing movie, 4 stars.
Okay.
Someone liked it,
dude,
which is crazy.
Dude, I will say after Scary Movie, I was like, I can't, guys. I can't go down this journey of like these fake movies. I will say though, movie 43. My sister's the type of person who rewatches movies constantly. I do too, but like to the point where it's like
it gets to a point.
But movie 43 is a series of like short movies
with like some top
it was huge
talent.
Actors. It was like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, and what's his name?
Kate Winslet, I think.
Yeah, it's got a lot of like A-list.
Anna Faris, and when she was married to
Chris Pratt.
A
bunch of A-list celebrities in this weird collection of short movies, but apparently it's so bad.
It's actually really funny and bad at the same time, so it's hard to watch.
Didn't the Farley brothers do like one of the segments? Like I think it was different directors per segment.
So my mom went to high school with the Farley brothers. So she brings it up all the time.
That's
She went to high school with the Farley brothers, and they always put. So I got really into the Farley brothers growing up.
Hey, their first like 5 or 6
There's
movies.
Something About Mary.
Yeah,
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. Oh my God,
it's one of my favorites.
Have you rewatched There's Something About Mary?
Yeah,
honestly,
we watched it, and I was like, damn, okay.
I
Stiller.
love that movie.
The movie's
I love that movie
amazing.
too. But when he has his braces,
oh yeah,
Ben Stiller,
no,
man.
Any comedy you watch from the '90s, you're gonna have a couple moments in the movie where you're like, whoa.
Which brings me to my next Letterboxd
AKA
review.
all of me, myself, and Irene.
And
Stuck on You.
And the one that you and me talk about, Drop Dead Gorgeous, which I'm gonna tell you right now.
I've not seen it still.
It is so
funny.
It's so funny, but does it hold
bad.
up well? No. I looked up one review, 5 stars. When they wheel the former queen around the stage, I always lose it.
I think I looked up the reviews for Drop Dead Gorgeous, and someone said it's so bad for feminism, but it's so funny that I love it.
It's actually
women like
hilarious.
At their, like it's an ensemble cast of like the best.
It's Kirsten Dunst, it's Brittany Murphy, it's Amy Adams, it's
Denise Richards,
Kirstie
Alley.
Who's
the lady you know, Frau Forbissna?
Mindy Sterling.
Mindy Sterling is. I don't know where they get this.
Meow Rose, American Teen Princess. And it's literally it's the perfect movie, and then it just gets so. One of the judges with the video camera, I'm just gonna go film the girls. Just gonna go watch the girls.
Will Sasso.
Will Sasso's the best.
He plays.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
We don't have to go into it, but
okay.
The last review that I put in is 5 stars. Jesus loves winners.
Jesus loves winners.
That's like this slogan in there.
No, Denise Richards is like, she plays this super conservative like family that kind of like runs the town informally.
Cool.
Yeah.
So good.
It's
Oh,
That's
Tammy.
incredible.
You're Tammy.
Tammy. Oh my God, Tammy. Oof. Well, you just have to watch it.
You gotta watch it, bro.
All right, I'll add it to the list.
I think Shayne's gonna watch it and be like, what the hell?
No, I would be surprised if you didn't find it funny.
Okay. I'll check it out.
So bad.
Yeah.
There's a few Amanda movies I need to watch because it's Drop Dead Gorgeous, but it's also, what's the one with Meryl Streep?
River Wild.
No.
I wore that T-shirt the other day.
No.
I literally wore that
T-shirt. I think it's
the other
Jack
day.
Nicholson, Meryl Streep. It's like
Witches of Eastwick?
Is it Witches of Eastwick?
I think that's.
No, I thought it was like.
It's not Death Becomes Her, is it?
Death Becomes Her.
Jack Nicholson's not in that.
It's Bruce Willis.
It's Bruce Willis.
Okay. Death Becomes Her.
Death Becomes Her. I didn't see it till probably a couple months ago.
Kooky.
It's incredible. It's Robert Zemeckis like firing on all cylinders.
Okay.
And they're doing a musical. I think the musical's happening in Chicago and maybe New York.
Wow.
But Meryl Streep, she's a dramatic actor, but she's so good at comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, her and Goldie Hawn are like eating in that movie. Dude.
Oh my God, Goldie Hawn is incredible.
She's really funny.
And Witches of Eastwick is Michelle Pfeiffer, Meryl Streep, and Cher, and Jack Nicholson.
Wow.
That's
That movie.
Okay.
This episode is brought to you by Get Contact. Shayne, have you been getting those spam toll text messages?
So many. Each one is like, okay, this is for real this time. You need to pay this. And I'm like, I know you're a scam. Your tell is so obvious. But I'm not getting them anymore. Because I got Get Contact, which is an app that screens and helps block scam and spam messages, calls, texts. It's incredible.
We need that. Everybody needs that because I'm constantly getting texts while I'm on set, which is really annoying. And then you always think I'm ignoring you on my phone, but I'm really not.
Yeah, but it seems like you are.
No. But Get Contact also blocks all text, so I never even see them. They don't even exist.
That's right. Get Contact has a lot of other features, too. It has call reason display, so you might get a call from an unknown number, something that you normally wouldn't answer, but it might give the reasoning for it. It might say, hey, package delivery, need confirmation for something. You're like, okay, because you might be waiting on a call from someone, but you don't know their number. So it can help you in a lot of other ways, too, but all of it points to avoiding scams and spam.
Relieves so much anxiety. And I really am listening to you sometimes.
Okay. Get Contact ensures reliable spam blocking for calls and texts, letting you stay focused on what truly matters.
Take control of your calls. Block spam, identify unknown numbers, and stay connected securely. Get Contact is available now on the App Store and Google Play. Download today.
Back to what's important, the show.
You.
Me.
I will say I put in one of my favorite 90s movies, What Lies Beneath.
Yeah.
I was scarred by the trailer for that. It was before.
Have you seen the movie?
I've never, but I think that's Robert Zemeckis too. No, that's.
I think you might be right. It's Michelle Pfeiffer.
I had the ending of that spoiled because my mom was watching it one day.
No.
And I walked out as the ending was happening. But the ending made me go this is sick. I should watch this movie.
It's Robert Zemeckis.
Wow, you clocked it.
It's Robert Zemeckis, and one of the reviews is 3 stars. I bet wine moms went crazy over this back in 2000.
My mom loved that movie.
Are you a wine drinker?
You're a wine.
Yeah.
Okay. You are future.
I mean,
future
not
wine
now.
mom over here.
Not
I'm gonna get
now.
you a shirt that says future. Yeah.
I was a wine mom at 22.
What movie are you gonna show your kid first?
Ooh, wow.
Well, definitely not What Lies Beneath. A little spooky.
Are you putting the headphones on your belly and just playing stuff for him?
I haven't yet, but I should. Gardere will play hardcore techno though.
This is Pride and
That's
Prejudice.
funny.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what first movie.
This one's Pride and Prejudice.
They wouldn't understand Pride and Prejudice yet.
Yeah, not until they're older.
They wouldn't get it. Maybe Double Jeopardy.
Pride and Pregnant, am I right?
Junior.
Get out of here,
Play
right
your kid
meow.
Junior.
Get out of here, right meow. Oh yeah, we could play Junior, which no one talks about that movie because Arnold Schwarzenegger is pregnant.
They got him boy pregnant.
I forgot.
That's the first Mpreg movie.
Yeah.
I forget that movie exists sometimes. I truly have moments where I'm like, was that a Berenstain Bears thing where I thought that movie existed and it didn't?
So I thought that and Twins were the same movie.
Twins, Danny DeVito.
Because I've never seen either, and to me they're just
never seen Twins?
That and Kindergarten Cop. As a kid, they were all kind of the same.
That's all just
movie.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Jingle
silly
All the Way.
Jingle All the Way was the one that I did see as a kid. That and Jungle to Jungle.
Jungle to Jungle. Tim Allen.
Yeah.
He did so many movies. Jungle to Jungle. And the mom. Fish Sticks. Do you remember that scene?
So I don't remember Jungle to Jungle.
It was me and my sister's it's one of those that I've seen 100 times.
Have you ever seen Galaxy Quest?
Of course I've seen Galaxy Quest.
That movie's
Galaxy
incredible.
Quest, Severus Snape actor. Galaxy Quest is so good, and Sigourney Weaver's in that.
She's so hot in that movie.
She is actually. It's insane.
Calm down.
It's insane. It's fully insane.
Jesus Christ, you guys.
Okay.
Relax.
I was loving these Letterboxd reviews.
Sam Rockwell in that movie. Guy.
Super good.
I think his name's
and
Guy.
White Lotus. Oof.
That was crazy.
Yum.
Well, okay, stop.
Yum, yum, yum.
You're gonna shame us for Sigourney Weaver.
No, I wasn't gonna shame you. It's all good. It's fine.
Anyways, I was looking up on Letterboxd just a bunch of reviews for my favorite movies, and just random movies.
Could we look at the ones for the Smosh movies?
I did.
Okay, but I want to hear your faves.
We'll get to the Smosh. We'll get to Smosh the movie soon. So my faves are a few of them. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Someone left a review. He really rated the out of those arcs, huh? 4 stars.
4 stars.
4 stars. I was like, come on, give it 5.
Come
dude.
on, bro.
Someone, some guy named Joe gave it 5 stars. That French dude totally eats a fly. It just crawls right into his mouth, and he acts like nothing happened. More hardcore than Temple of Doom.
So there is actually a story to that.
Because for anyone who's seen Raiders of the Lost Ark, there's a part where an actor, the main villain, They're outside, and a fly just lands on his mouth and just crawls into his mouth.
Yuck!
So it's not real. They cut. Well, it crawls on his mouth, and then it flew away, but they cut it out of the fly flying away so that it looks like it goes into his mouth
to make him creepier.
To make him, well, because like that at that point he's been fully corrupted like by the power of the Ark. Is like kind of like what like the explanation that was given. I was
That's cool.
I love trivia like that. That's so cool.
I love that movie.
I'm a big indie head.
Yeah, you and I are big. We're both big indie heads.
I'm a big indie head.
Like, it's like Star Wars versus Indiana Jones. We're taking Indiana Jones every time.
I will say I never went down the Indiana Jones path really that much at all. But Star Wars, obsessed.
You're obsessed with Star Wars.
Yeah, my grandmother had all the VHSs, so we watched all of them.
I want to talk about...
But I didn't know the place where... Wasn't it?
Tatooine?
I was like, where the what's Tatooine?
Chance and I had a great riff on gentrified Tatooine. Chance was like, they have a Shake Shack there.
They have a Shake Shack. Little details that I don't remember.
It's so funny. We'll talk about Star Wars in a second, because is there a more heated debate amongst the movie genre than Star Wars movies?
What, about Hayden Christensen being
just Star
Anakin?
Wars. I feel like if you talk about Star Wars movies, that's the most heated movie discussion can get.
Absolutely. I think it's because of the Star Wars world. I mean, that's still happening currently. Like, absolutely. I think people get really upset about like which one's their favorite, which ones. I think there's a large group of people who think there's one or two movies that are like really bad that they didn't enjoy. That because like you think about it, you're like picturing the story, and when they cast it, that's the hardest part.
Totally.
Casting can make people really upset, which I get.
It's I think to me Star Wars just means so many different things to so many different people. Yeah. So you're always gonna piss people off.
You're never gonna make everyone
But
happy.
when it hits,
it hits.
We'll get back to that in a second. Some others I have Before Sunrise. The Before trilogy is one of my favorites.
I've never seen them. Dude, and it's one of those things where I'm like, I have to. You haven't?
No.
But don't you feel like I got to? Right?
They're so good.
Ethan Hawke.
So Richard Linklater is the director, and he does a lot of experimental, very subtle things. Boyhood. But the Before trilogy is his best work, I think. He does have School of Rock, which is badass.
Wait, I thought Mike White did School of Rock.
He wrote it.
But Richard Linklater directed it, which is very funny when you watch all of his other stuff.
He did like.
But
what's did he do?
Did he do the animated one with Keanu Reeves?
I don't know.
Sausage Party.
No.
Anyways,
okay. Yeah.
Before the premise of Before Sunrise is these two people are in Europe and they meet on a train. They get stuck overnight at this place. So the whole
there's only one bed.
The whole movie takes place over the course of one night, just one night. And then the second movie takes place. It was filmed 9 years later. It takes place 9 years later, and once again, you just see them for literally 2 hours, and the movie takes place over the course. It's just 2 hours of them talking, and then the next movie is 9 years after that, and it's once again these same two people 9 years later talking for just 2 hours. So every movie is just very slice of life, but you're seeing different parts of their life.
Whoa.
And it's really, really well done. But I found two comments. Someone said, I don't think I've had a real conversation before. 5 stars. Someone else said, this is how some of y'all think you talk. 4.5 stars.
That is so true.
Because the dialogue is so good, and it's so like subtle, and like everyone's just like so in it.
That's how
it's very
think
poetic
you talk?
And it's very romantic. And then I put Forrest Gump as another one of my favorites. That's a very cheesy favorite. Robert Zemeckis.
Wait, really?
I think so.
Maybe a huge lie.
You won an Oscar for that. Tom Hanks.
I love it. I loved it as a kid because it's such a like folk tale type movie.
Yeah,
right?
So
It's
good.
very unrealistic. It's very silly. But someone said, I don't think this movie is as confused as people claim. The message is pretty simple. Jenny hates her country, protests it, and is punished for it. Lieutenant Dan believes in it and is willing to die for his country, and his country doesn't care at all. You've got to be a stupid idiot who never questions anything, who falls in line working for the system, and only then will you be rewarded. But what about Bubba, you might ask? Edit and be white. And I was like, okay. Fair criticism.
That's a
and
wild
then
take.
someone else said Tom Hanks got to have one of the top 5 foreheads in Hollywood. 5 stars.
I mean, that's a very quotable movie too.
There was a lot of criticism of the movie about it being just propaganda, and I was like, okay, fair. I'm not gonna. For me, that movie was never. I was always.
I think I was too young to think about it as propaganda.
I was too young.
I think it. Not to get too. I think it does so much that it never feels like a celebration of America in a way where it presents it as like, because I mean it shows the Vietnam War, like how much it ruined that whole generation, while also showing like, hey, if you like stood up against it, it also ruined you. But I mean, like, I guess that's where it's like, hey, if you fall in line, you. But I mean, I guess that's not like, it's like if that's the message you take away.
I don't know if I would.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like that's not the message I took away.
I don't think I did either, but it was interesting.
I just thought he was really good at ping pong.
That's the thing. If you're really good at ping pong, you're going to get through life.
To me, it was like, I hate to say it, but it's like, it's just kind of showing American history through like a certain person's eyes.
Yes.
Right.
I
Yeah.
Come on.
And then I wrote Dumb and Dumber. Back to Fairly.
So
because that's like my family. That's like my family's comedy movie.
Yeah,
we quote that.
Ours was Ace Ventura.
Mine too.
But tons of great reviews, and it was just people quoting it, right?
Of course.
And there was one bad review that I saw, and it was just I look around at all the 4 and 5 star reviews, and I feel I'm on a different planet.
You are on a different planet.
This is the thing, though. I want to bring this up. When it comes to comedies, I feel like if you watch it in the right time and place, it's going to be your favorite comedy.
You cannot show someone a classic. Like I'm a little bit worried that you're going to watch Drop Dead Gorgeous. It's fine.
I think you'll be fine.
But like, you cannot show someone a classic years later. It has to be like,
you got to be in the right time and place for it.
I remember even showing a friend Dumb and Dumber in college, and I was like, oh, like I see. It was way like broader than I remember, I guess, in a way where I was like, oh, like they really are like. I mean, there's a scene where he's like pooping for like, you know, it's just like, yeah,
great
like,
scene,
like this, yeah. I mean, yeah, like I love that movie, but it's like I see how if you're watching it for the first time,
it's
like
nostalgic for us to rewatch it, you know. Like also that was Jim Carrey in his prime. That's when he did so many movies.
It's like that, The Mask, and Ace Ventura within like a year.
I will say, I rewatched The Mask. It still holds up.
Oh, The Mask holds up.
It is so good.
That movie's incredible.
I rewatched The Mask, and I was thinking, I feel like it could have gone, to me, it was the weakest of like those 3 to me.
Interesting.
But like it's still, well, I also recently webbed a comic. I recently read the comic.
Well, the comic is like viciously violent.
And I think that's kind of what, like, it felt really
toned down
for the.
That's because they probably wanted like kids to be able to watch it.
Oh, absolutely. And as a kid, I loved The Mask.
It's a wild choice to turn that comic into a kids movie.
Yeah,
because
I kind of agree.
The comic is like very adult.
Wild. There is one Jim Carrey movie that still haunts me to this day that I don't need to ever rewatch.
The Majestic.
I was going to say Man on the Moon.
Larry the Cable Guy.
What?
My parents wouldn't let me see that one.
I don't know what it does.
Oh, you mean the Cable Man?
Me.
You said Larry the Cable Guy.
Wait, not Larry the Cable Guy.
You just mean the Cable Guy.
You mean the Cable Guy.
With Matt
Because wait, isn't his name Larry the Cable Guy?
No. You're thinking of
what the hell?
You're thinking of
blue collar comedy. You're thinking of Mater from Cars.
No, I hate when my brain crosses over and makes it real.
It crossed over so much that I didn't clock it.
I'm sitting here like Larry the Cable Guy.
My brain does that and I can't stand it.
That movie is really
The Cable Guy.
That movie's really good. It's also got Jack Black in it.
Whoa.
And
early Jack Black.
Did Ben Stiller direct that?
I think
don't know,
so.
but
Yes,
he's
he did.
Excellent director.
He did direct it.
Oh my God, I've been calling it Larry the Cable Guy a lot.
There's a part
Succession
and
Broderick and him. Severance and the Cable Guy.
And the Cable Guy.
It is Ben Stiller.
But I laugh really hard when they're at medieval times. That scene is
I've never
really
seen it.
funny.
Well, I won't watch it with you because I never want to see it again.
Speaking of bugs, there's an incredible shot where he's on the phone with Matthew Broderick. And the whole premise of it is that he's a cable guy who comes over to Matthew Broderick's to fix his cable and then becomes obsessed with Matthew Broderick and wants to be his friend.
Yeah.
So bad that he's like...
It's like Single White Female, but
it is
different.
actually terrifying. It's a scary, scary comedy. Very similar to Severance.
Scary.
But there's a part where Jim Carrey's on the phone with him and he's just like talking in his like crazy Jim Carrey way. And a real spider crawls across Jim Carrey's face. And it's so good.
It was fake.
And it was not real.
Was it real?
Yeah,
it's gotta be real.
It was the arc had corrupted him.
Unless I'm making that up in my head, but I'm pretty sure that's a scene.
No,
where...
that sounds like there was that movie of Jim Carrey that I wasn't allowed to watch, and then I wasn't allowed to watch So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Oh, that movie rocks!
Mike Myers.
But I was watching like every other Mike Myers movie. I was like, well, I love Wayne's World, I love Shrek and Austin Powers.
It's a bit of a scary movie, I guess. So I Married an Axe Murderer.
I guess.
And that was kind of the movie my parents were like, oh, like we're not going to get that one.
It's another one where I wonder if I rewatched it now if it would be as good. But it's like it's so near and dear to my heart, and that's another one that my family loves.
Wait.
We quote it.
What's that amazing actor? She's British. She's in so much. I think her name's Fiona. She was in like the most recent True Detective. She was in Killing Eve.
We've already marked this bingo spot of you being like, who's that actor?
Damn it.
Fiona.
You know what
This
I'm
is
talking
like
about?
the fifth time.
She has a role in So I Married Your Axe Murderer, and it made me and my sisters cry
She's
laughing.
in Killing Zoe or Zoe. What?
Killing Eve.
Oh, Killing
Fiona
Eve.
Shaw. Fiona Shaw. This woman. She's in So I Married an Axe Murderer.
You're saying about the Mrs. Dudley.
Yeah, and she's all
or Mrs.
like
Dursley.
super flirty, and I still
She's a great
remember
actor.
her in
Mrs.
that.
Dursley from Harry Potter.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's her.
That's her. Yeah.
She's an incredible actress.
But she's in So I Married an Axe Murderer, and it is the funniest.
I didn't realize she was in that.
Yeah.
Moving on, what do you guys think? I think there's a movie opinion that I think is there's a clear answer. What is the greatest movie trilogy ever made? And it's obvious. There's one answer.
Lord of the Rings?
I will. Yeah, it's Lord of the Rings.
Return of the King is the best.
Do you have a different
Lord of the
opinion?
Rings.
Do you think there's a trilogy that's better than Lord of the Rings?
It's not The Matrix because The Matrix
No.
made a fourth one.
No, well, the third
wasn't
Matrix
good.
movie sucks.
The third Matrix movie is not
Wait,
as good as I want.
And
it to
then the newest one is 4. The fourth one, right?
The
but
Matrix
We
Resurrections.
can just take things in trilogies, right?
Okay.
So if someone wants to argue that the original Star Wars trilogy is the best trilogy that can exist on
Sure,
its
fine.
own.
I mean, my favorite is probably the Indiana Jones original trilogy.
I love them. I think Temple of Doom is a little weak at times.
Temple of Doom's actually my favorite.
I know people say
like-
that. I respect it.
It's
I think
the
it's a
dark. It
little
is the
weak.
Dark Souls 2 of the Indiana Jones films.
That's a very good comparison.
Wow.
Amanda would agree.
When did you last watch?
I didn't really watch Indiana Jones. Like I didn't grow up on Indiana Jones.
I was
sorry.
obsessed. Is not
I'm
even the
obsessed
word.
too.
sorry.
No, we watch those all the time.
But I love the ride at Disney. It makes me laugh so
It's
hard.
a fun ride.
It's a fun ride.
so
And you know,
funny.
most of the music in that ride is from Temple of Doom.
What?
Yeah,
It's very
Wait,
inspired.
Temple of Doom is the one where the ball like
that's Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's Raiders of the Lost Ark.
totally got it.
Raiders of the Lost Ark is the best. It is a through and through perfect movie. I
Last
think.
Crusade. If you rewatch it, it's very silly.
It's
a
much
lot
more silly than
It's
I
very
thought.
slapsticky.
But
Temple
you,
of Doom and Last Crusade.
But
is
you
silly.
still don't think that that's a better trilogy than Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Lord of the Rings
is the best trilogy.
It's the
I
best
agree.
trilogy ever made.
It is the best trilogy.
I would argue that was the peak of like movie spectacle, and the way the industry has gone since then. We're just not going to get a movie of that caliber ever again.
Here's the thing. I know that this is also maybe going to be like a hot take, or
Until
people are going to
the
be like,
Hobbit trilogy.
I think the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy. It's just Christopher Nolan who directed the 3.
Okay.
I think those are so good.
They
and
are
people
incredible.
are probably Batman Begins, Batman Returns.
It was
The
Batman
Dark Knight.
Begins, Dark Knight Returns.
Right.
No, Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight
Dark Knight
Rises.
Rises.
Dark Knight Rises is the reason it's and that's unfortunate because I think
Yeah.
the passing of Heath Ledger like
Yep.
shifted the course
Yep.
of that trilogy.
That was one of the most grumpy I've ever been walking out of a movie was Dark Knight Rises.
I was bummed too.
It's
and
really
like his
unfortunate.
directing is good no matter what, right? Like it looks
The
great.
music's great.
It's unfortunate.
So much is great.
Bane's fun.
They're,
Bane.
I think that's why it's a frustrating movie is because it's like, man, so much of it was executed properly. It just
All the stuff with
wasn't.
like Talia al Ghul
just
and
doesn't
like the
hit.
pit and
Yeah.
even like Catwoman was like
There's no movies
I
that
agree.
There's nothing that pisses me off more when a movie is good in so many ways, but it's just missing the mark a little bit.
it was when at the end when she's like, oh, you should go by like your first name or Robin. I think at that point had I had a
Who played
hat,
Robin again?
It was
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
If I had like a hat, I would have taken it off, thrown it on the floor, and stomped on it.
a hat.
And like a very
I would love to see Spencer in the theater with like a
like
an
a
old
cap, like
50s
an
You're
old,
wearing your
like,
fedora for the
Yeah.
whole movie.
Damn it.
No, I
Damn
agree
it.
with stuff like that because it shifted in tone from Batman Begins and Dark Knight so much.
Yeah.
So I also rewatched Batman Begins. Granted, this is probably like 5 or 6 years ago. I was like, this is not as good as I remember. At the time, I remember seeing that shit in theaters, and I was like, this is
epic.
Because like
I love Batman.
As soon as like Cillian Murphy put on the mask for the first time, and he's like, oh, like like the prisoners don't like this. So he's like, oh, like they think the mask is scary. And what's that actor's name? Tom something.
Hardy?
No, he plays like
Tom Hardy.
Falcone or whatever.
Oh, Julia Roberts' brother.
No, that's Eric Roberts. No. Yeah, Tom Wilkinson is playing. He's like Falcone. Guy. He's like, because he's put. Let me set the scene. He has been captured by Batman and then turned over to Scarecrow. Thomas Crane, what's his name?
Oh, I know what you're saying.
He's been turned over to Cillian Murphy, and he's been placed and he's like pleading insanity, and he's like, oh, like I'm like scared, like the walls are closing in, and then like Cillian Murphy's like, oh, like I'm gonna do like a little exercise with you, and that's when he puts on the Scarecrow mask for the first time.
Yeah,
and it's like he sprays him with like the Scarecrow gas.
Yeah,
and it's like
the trippy gas.
I was like, this is so, because I had come from my Batman movie growing up was Batman and Robin, which I love.
Oh,
George Clooney.
Jesus. George Clooney is
one of the worst movies ever.
Is an epic Batman. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is
Uma Thurman, so sexy.
Poison Ivy. And Jim Carrey.
That's Batman
the Joker.
Forever.
Right.
Batman Begins has a 3.8 on Letterboxd.
I loved Batman
so not bad.
Begins.
I still like. I
see
have
what you're
great
saying.
memories of it.
I see what you're saying.
There's no other trilogies that I can really think of that does compare to Lord
Back
of
to the
Rings.
Future trilogy is really good.
Well,
The Godfather's close, but the third one sucks.
The third one sucks. The second one, personally, is the best one.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Guys, I think something that's come around in the years is the original Spider-Man trilogy.
Whoa.
I think people have re-examined Spider-Man 3.
You're saying Spider-Man 3.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man films.
No.
1 and 2 are like bona fide classics.
Oh, absolutely.
And 3 is like good enough to where it doesn't ruin. Like rewatch 3, and I think you will see it falls more in line with the first two than like you realize.
I get that, but it's still just like has
time has been kind to
what
it.
other trilogies
Really? Okay.
though? What other trilogies? Because I feel like the third never sticks the landing, and I feel maybe I'll get some hate for this, maybe not. But like original Star Wars trilogy, like the first one,
Return of the Jedi's mid.
Return of the Jedi. If you watch all three of them back to back, Return of the Jedi just like
it's the same.
It just
doesn't hold up
does
as
not
well as
stick
the
the
others.
landing compared
It's
to the
another
others.
one where it goes full slapstick.
Yeah, and it happens a lot.
Do you think was that a different director?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I
thought Return of the Jedi was George Lucas again.
No, it was, I don't know, it was some rando, because the first one's George Lucas, second one's Aaron Kuschner, and then the third one is...
It's crazy how you just have this knowledge. Like, you just know
I love
who
it.
directs
I
shit.
love it. I will say when another director comes in, I mean, I know we were talking about the Mission Impossible movies. They're not a trilogy,
Mission
obviously.
Impossible is the
but
only time where it's hard.
The second and the third was a totally different director, and they are like drama, like super.
Oh, because the first one's Brian De Palma, who's like making like a bona fide, like crazy intense, like sexual spy thriller.
Yeah.
And then 2 is John Woo, who's like, I'm gonna do me.
Exactly.
And that shit rocks.
And
it worked. And it worked, and it was so good, but totally different movies.
Mission Impossible. There are 3 movie segments of the Mission Impossible series that could contend for like best trilogy, right? Because like you have, is it 5 and then Fallout and then
Dead Reckoning Part 1.
I mean, those 3 are badass.
If they stick the landing on this 8th one, what is it called, like Final Reckoning? Like this,
I think it's called, it's where he hangs onto a plane and it's really happening.
It could certainly contend as like that's the best
that in the
run.
preview?
yeah.
It's like
If it's not good, something's going to happen to me.
I think it will be
It's
good.
gotta be
Please
good.
don't
None of them are
make
bad.
that decision.
I don't even
yet.
think-
No, but once Christopher McQuarrie took over, because it's I mean the director
You're
lineup
so
is
good at director names.
well, because the third one's J.J. Abrams.
Wow.
And then
J.J. Abrams did
Star Wars.
And then the 4th one is Brad Bird, which I would argue is even crazier.
I don't know.
Brad Bird did like Iron Giant, Incredibles. It was his first live action movie.
Which one did he do of
he
Mission
did
Impossible?
4.
Which
Is
right before? Is that right before Reckoning?
no. This was the one where
This is after John Woo stopped. John Woo didn't he do 2 and 3?
No, John Woo did 2. 3 is J.J. Abrams. 4 is Brad Bird. 5 and on is Christopher McQuarrie.
Guys, I will say the best thing you can do if you're sick or anything, rewatch all the Mission Impossibles in a row.
They're pretty badass.
Is excellent.
No, they rock.
That's like why when I saw, because like I recently twote that I wasn't a fan of. I saw Top Gun Maverick finally, and I was like, this wasn't as good as I want it to be. It was because the Mission Impossible movies were fresh in my mind, and I'm like, these are so complete.
It's not as
they
good
give
as
you a little
want
of
it to be.
everything. Like
it's true, but
it was still
Top
good.
Gun's a different vibe. Top Gun's a totally
it was
different
close
vibe.
enough to the vibe of the new Mission Impossibles,
Fair.
where it was kind of encroaching on that territory. Where it was like, well, now I just want Ethan Hunt.
I get that.
And I want his team of, I want the IMF to come in and stop this.
I get that. But
Possible
still,
Mission Force.
But speaking of different directors, because that's what f***ed up the sequels for so many people of Star Wars, is you have J.J. Abrams, then you
And
have
the
different,
casting.
and I like both those directors,
Which kind of sucks. People went way too hard on Hayden Christensen.
You're talking about the prequels.
I'm talking about the prequels. Yeah, the before
That was all
time.
George Lucas.
George Lucas is all is.
Oh,
one,
I'm
two,
not talking about the directing in that. I'm talking about the casting in that. People were really harsh on Hayden Christensen, which is like, okay.
But the prequels is what happens when you
do prequels?
Well, no, it's to me, it's what happens when you let someone control the entire pipeline of like no one was telling him no in episode 1, 2, and 3 because
it's been such a weird thing though because when I was a kid and the Star Wars prequels came out, my brothers were older than me and so all the discourse was just hating them. They were like, these suck
I still
so
went to
bad.
theaters and watched
But
them all.
now the way people talk about them online, they're like beloved classics.
I think I
It's
mean
like
I
we
think that
forgot.
They're a
when
bit
you're
campy.
when you're a
I
kid,
guess we'd
yeah.
like the camp
I think they're
of
like
them.
cult
Maybe that's
classic
more
vibes.
what it is. But
I mean, when I saw it, because I was probably, it came out in 99, so I was 8 years old.
The prequel?
Yeah.
Or no, the first.
Episode 1,
Yeah.
So I was like, this is the best movie I've ever seen.
I did love
This
it.
is like, I'm like, this is, not only is this like old Star Wars, like, I'm like, well, not only does he have a lightsaber, he has a lightsaber with 2 sides.
Yeah.
The pod race, like, I was like, this movie is the best movie ever made. And I saw it probably like 5 or 6 times in theaters.
No,
Wow.
8-year-old me definitely was loving the Gungan Palace and everything.
Yeah. The Battle for Naboo, like the.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that when?
I thought about that. I
Is
dreamed
that when
about
Anakin
that.
was really? Is that when Anakin
That's
was really
Jake
young?
Lloyd.
Little.
It's when he's a little kid, and Natalie Portman's
Liam Neeson.
feels like 10
Yeah,
years older
Liam
than
Liam
Neeson,
Neeson.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
No, it's very trippy. The casting was strange, where it's like, all right, we're going to cast this boy who looks way younger than Natalie Portman, the love interest.
No, I know.
Oh, we were just because we were crunching the numbers because she is like 5 or 6 years older than him, and then when they cast Hayden Christensen, he's older than Natalie Portman. So it's just
Yeah.
And it's been cool to see Hayden Christensen. The hate that he got back in the day was immense.
Well, he came back and then did a scene
Yeah.
with Ian McGregor.
Yeah.
So he
But
kind
people
of
love him now.
Yeah.
People
Well,
have
he
come back
got
around.
So much hate. I was like, okay.
He got a stupid amount of hate. Well, that's been the trend with Star Wars is the actors get all the hate when they do nothing.
They're just
Like-
vessels. They're doing
Yeah.
the best. I will say the chemistry between him and Natalie Portman was it's a little funny to watch.
Oh, they're
It's a little
low key bad.
It's a little awkward. It's pretty
They're
awkward.
like, George,
I think that's what it is. You're like,
John Williams is like carrying those movies on his back.
Yeah.
And like the whole like production, like the designs in the prequels are like some of the best designed, like
So pretty.
ships, like all the sound design is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The music is like, I would say almost just as good as like the old ones. And then you have like the acting. And
They're
the
just
story
chemistry.
and the dialogue, like it's
just
bad.
kind of there.
chemistry has to be so good.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Wow, dude.
Oh, wow. Hot
and
take.
Anakin did nothing wrong.
Hot take.
I mean, that's what Anakin says when they're fighting on Mustafar. He's like, I don't remember what Obi-Wan says, but Anakin's retort is from my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Wow.
Makes
And
you
it's like,
think.
whoa.
It's like, hey man, but you killed a bunch of younglings.
Yeah.
So
What's
killing
wild is Star
hard to-
Wars is like still pumping.
Oh, dude.
Like Ryan Gosling is apparently in a new show that's coming out.
You could
know,
not
man.
pay me to
I mean,
watch
I am tired.
No,
Although
the
I
girlies
thought
are-
I think Andor's really good. It's
Andor
a really
rocks.
good show, but like, I'm genuinely tired.
Andor kicks so much ass, but I will say watching it, it's so well done and so well written that it's hard for me to now like be like, okay, this takes place in the same universe.
I know.
as all these really
Glup shittos.
Diego Luna, right?
Diego Luna's good, dude.
I mean, he's such a good actor.
That show is amazing.
He's sexy too.
He's so, he's Y Tu Mama Tambien.
Yeah. His voice, oh yeah,
sexy.
He is really good.
Let's think about Diego Luna.
Everybody's sexy.
Let's take 5 for Diego Luna.
Andor's a sexy show.
I do kind of want to watch season 2 because I fell off of season 1, but when they added back in like the only part of Rogue One I liked, which was Krennic. What's his face? I can't.
No, he rocks.
He's the Australian guy. Mm-hmm. He's. Are you watching season 2?
I'm not watching season 2
he's
right
the
now.
main bad guy.
He's the main bad. He's the main bad guy in Rogue One. What's that? Ben.
I don't know.
He's like, you haven't been talking to the cops, have you, mate?
He's really awesome.
Ben Mendelsohn. He's also in Dark Knight.
Of course. And he's the evil guy in no, he's also plays the evil guy in oh my god. I hate when I do
60 minutes of
He's
with Ren, with Kylo Ren.
No, he's in Rogue One.
Yes.
Kylo Ren's not in Rogue One.
No, not Kylo Ren. No, isn't he the bad guy in Oh my god. I'm mixing up the movies. Never mind.
He's the bad guy in Rogue One.
You're right.
With
he's
Jyn,
not in
with,
the Kylo
with
Ren
Jyn
one.
Erso.
Dude.
Yeah.
Ben Mendelsohn just did a movie on Netflix and it was the worst movie ever. And I was like, God damn it. You're so good. I'm done with Netflix bringing in these top actors.
Did you ever see Place Beyond the Pines?
Yes.
Ryan Gosling.
That's where Ryan Gosling met Eva Mendes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he made her stop acting.
He didn't make her do anything. She chose. Don't you dare.
No, I love her.
Wait, Ben Mendelsohn has the coolest voice.
Yeah.
He does.
He has a really cool voice. He did that show, Bloodline, or whatever it's called, with the original Wicked guy who won the Tony. Leo Norbit or something it's called.
Leo Norbit?
No, that's not right. That's not right.
He was also in the show with Cynthia Erivo, The Outsider.
Wow, there you go.
Oh my God. Wait, Cynthia Erivo's in The Outsider?
She's what's her face?
Someone's gonna be like, "What are you listening to?" And people are gonna take out their headphone and go, "I have no idea. I don't know."
Sorry, The Outsider was a really good show, had great promise, and then it ended, and I was like, "Fuck off."
I never watched the show, but I read the book.
I watched the show,
and then now I might watch it because I didn't realize that Cynthia Erivo plays. What is her name? Not Helen. Holly. Yeah, Holly Gibney.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's all just bouncing up.
Norbert Leo Butts. That's his name. That's the original.
Leo
That's
Norbert.
the original Wicked
director.
My ex one's
Fiero.
called.
That's the original Fiero.
My ex one's called Don Cheadle, Bill Cheeto.
Bad. Bill. He is not a
Cheeto.
Bill.
Bill Cheeto.
He is not a Bill.
That's gonna be. Someone needs to make a character named Bill Cheeto.
I was like, it's close. I know who you're talking about.
Oh, man.
Okay, I'm switching gears completely because
So the gorilla.
No, I'm moving on from the gorilla. I was looking up some of my favorites, and I looked up What's Eating Gilbert Grape on...
That's one of your favorite movies?
It's...
I'm not asking. I'm asking genuinely.
It's like one of my favorite classics. Do I watch it all the time? No.
Is Keanu in that?
No. It's Leonardo DiCaprio and Johnny Depp.
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio.
I know Leo's because I remember I had that trailer in front of a VHS and I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna watch that movie."
Dude, What's Eating Gilbert Grape? 4 stars. Oh my God, I hope they burned that wig Johnny Depp had to wear. 4 stars. If Gilbert's mom can stay inside for 7 years, I think we can all for a couple weeks. This must have been during COVID.
Oh my God.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Who plays the mom?
I don't know.
I
Probably
don't know.
Kathy Bates or something like that.
No.
I have one for because it was one of the top movies on Letterboxd. Minecraft movie. Haven't seen it yet.
Jacqui.
People are, about all the viral content going on with Minecraft.
Do you know the memes?
People have been f***ing shit up.
It's during what you just said, right?
Chicken Jacqui, and everyone throws everything they have.
Yeah, Ollie's cheering back there.
Ollie loves going to theaters and f***ing shit up.
That's Jack Black and what's his name?
Jason
Aquaman.
Jason Momoa.
We should look up Aquaman reviews. Anyways,
Minecraft reviews. Someone 1.5 stars. I got to get a real job, man. Someone left 5 stars and said the last time I was this horrified by Minecraft content was when Dream did his face reveal.
Oof. Did you see he's dropping new music?
Whoa.
We gotta track him down at VidCon.
Jake said there's a character named General Chungus. half a star.
No, Ollie, can you confirm?
I love half a star.
Did you see it, Ollie?
No, I actually haven't seen it. I saw it.
Is there General
Did you see it in
Chungus?
theaters?
There's a character named General Chungus.
I saw it at 10:15 on a Tuesday.
This
15 p.m.
This has got to be
So it
Trevor's
was
favorite
fine.
movie.
You were fine.
Lastly, someone said someone left a review. Bold move to have both Minecraft YouTubers and a child in the same movie. 3.5 stars.
General
I won't
Chungus.
be watching this movie.
Chungus.
I will not be watching this
That's
movie.
fair.
Chicken.
Someone, I pulled up Twilight. Someone
Yeah.
said Robert Pattinson wasn't acting. That's just how he is in real life. 3 stars. Someone else said this is the most unintentionally funny movie of all time. 3 stars.
I will say because Peacock re-released them. I will say I rewatched it, and it was very hard. It was very hard to watch, and I was a Twilight fan.
Yeah,
I read all the
Were you
movie
Team Jacob or
exists.
Team Edward?
Well, now that you watch it, you're like none of them,
Okay,
bro.
but like at the time, which were
at
you?
the time,
You were Jacob.
Jacob.
Yeah, I
You
think
were
that
totally
was.
Jacob.
I
think
was
that
not Edward.
I
Sorry.
think that was common. Like I think that was very common.
Jacob was. Now I watch and I'm like, both of them are unhealthy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But back then, Jacob was to me healthier.
We have like the groomer and the gaslighter.
The groomer.
I've never thought of Twilight that
Wait,
way.
who's the gaslighter?
Jacob.
Jacob, right? Of course.
I thought, wait, it's Jacob.
He says
Oh, yeah.
crazy shit to her, dude.
He does, and both of them, you watch it now, and it's very cringy.
But then in the
You're
very
like,
in the
"Ugh."
very final movie, Jacob switches around and becomes the groomer.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, he goes after her printed daughter.
You either die a gaslighter or live long enough to see yourself become the groomer.
Jesus, that's a good review. You need to do more reviews.
Oh my God, that's the review you should leave on Letterboxd.
You need to do more reviews.
So when I leave a Letterboxd review, this is something Shayne and I talked about briefly yesterday. I do want to inject not inject. I need to stop saying inject. It's such a pretentious.
you
It's such a pretentious word. It's like I want to inject a little like sentiment, but I do want to include because I love a joke. I love to do a bit.
But you want to include real
I want
reviews.
to include a real if I have a legitimate criticism of it or legitimate praise, I do want to give a movie its laurels in a sincere way because I think a lot of these reviews just kind of fully they almost treat the movie as disposable where it's haha
I know.
It's
months and months of shooting, so much
yeah,
money.
it's oh, this is someone dedicated. It's I'm trying to think of an example from the previous one, but it's he rescued the shit out of that arc, but
there are legitimate reviews in there, but the top ones are always
the top ones are always jokes, and I think that does kind of maybe not diminish the platform, but it's seen kind of as a meme platform.
I get that, and there are.
I use it. I think my primary thing is to use it to catalog what I have been watching.
For sure.
Oh, you can save what you've been watching.
Now, to come back around to something we were talking about earlier, I have Smosh the movie pulled up.
Fuck yes.
What do you think what do you think its average rating?
2.4.
You think 2.4?
No, 1.7.
You think 1.7, Amanda?
1.5.
1.5? 1.5?
Yeah.
It's at 1.7.
What did you say?
I said 1.7.
Look at the review bar, though. It's a lot of 1 stars. The slope is the lower
Let's
end.
read it.
So how much of the movie have you seen?
0.
How much have you seen?
I saw it in theaters. We went to the premiere.
You went to the premiere.
What was the vibe?
It was 2015 YouTube up in there.
It was probably fun. The vibe
it was
probably
crazy. Someone left a review. They said, "What the hell was wrong with 12-year-old me?" 1 star. Someone left a half star saying, "My favorite character was the cat. They blew him up." Someone left a 1-star review and said, "I want to force a small Victorian child to watch this movie."
What?
Someone left a half-star review and said, "My grandpa died while I was watching this movie, and it ruined everybody's year. This movie." Someone left 5 stars and said Criterion really needs to keep up with the real masterpieces.
Oh my God.
Someone left a 5-star review saying if Stanley Kubrick was still alive, this movie would be his cause of death.
Wow, people they're not really giving
I want to know
technical reviews. I want to know reviews about the actual movie.
Someone said 1-star review, the only time Markiplier and Stone Cold Steve Austin will intersect. Cherish it.
Fair.
Still,
I mean, we can cut that. We might want to ask Ian about this, but there's a picture. The last time I was at Ian's house, he has a picture of him and Stone Cold. That's not him and Stonewall Jackson, the Civil War general. No, there's a picture of him and Stone Cold Steve Austin hung up in his place, and I was like, that's like the best picture ever.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
There's really no legitimate reviews on this movie.
I remember it used to, and again, we can cut this. I remember it used to be on Netflix. I was like, I'm going to pop this on because I was working at Smosh. I was like, I'm going to pop this on. Just like, see, I'm like, there's no way it's that bad. It was worse. It was worse than, like, we have to watch
What's
it.
better, that or Ghostmates?
I
think Ghostmates is probably way better.
Ghostmates is a better movie. But Smosh the movie is the movie you want to watch.
I just don't know when I'll have the time.
I'm just so big. I'm a new mom.
I'm going to be a mom. I don't think I can.
Can I say what makes Smosh the movie really funny is the added context that in real life, like that's the time when Ian and Anthony were both like, I don't know if we're struggling with what we want to do with our future.
Ghostmates was like, because that's kind of their last thing.
That was, but like I already know that during Smosh the movie, they were already feeling like what, right? Like from the conversations they've had. Maybe I'm wrong. But.
So there is a, and I think I brought this up on the lunchtime with Smosh, but there was a time we were shooting a Summer Games, and it was when we were at like Wet and Wild World. What is that place called?
Oh,
Six Flags.
Wet and Wild World is something
Hurricane
else.
Harbor.
Hurricane Harbor. And they were like, Spencer, you drive them back to the Defy office because they have to get back for like a writing meeting for Ghostmates.
You're like, yes, sir.
And I was like, oh, okay, right away, sir. And so it was me.
You took your hat.
I took my hat.
You like clap your feet like a bunch.
Yay!
And so they got into my car, and they didn't. I don't think they really knew me very well.
I didn't know you that well at this point.
And so I was driving them back, like the two important guys, and they were trying to break this scene of like this teacher. It was like a scene where they're like in school and like they have to like establish something about the teacher, and they were talking about it for like 45 minutes. And like, and this is for Ghostmates, and I was listening the whole time, and I was like, do I give a suggestion? And kind of like towards the end, I was like, what if? And I thought I had been thinking about it as they were talking about it. I was like, what if the teacher did this to show that he was this, and this? It was like, and they were like, oh, okay. And then they just continued on, and I was like, maybe they liked it. Maybe they're gonna take my idea. I've never seen it.
You don't know?
They just went, can you lift up the partition,
like,
please?
Yeah.
You're like, I don't have that.
I was like, this is a...
They press the button.
I don't have that. This is a coupe.
That's so funny.
Honestly, if I were you, I would have probably done the same thing. Like, hey, can I...
I was like, y'all want me to like be quiet for 45 minutes? That's crazy. I mean, and they didn't ask me to be quiet for 45 minutes.
But you were.
But I was. Well, because I was like, I was
they
just
chatting.
Yeah, they were chatting about like a legitimate movie they were making.
They were on work hours.
And I was like, who the am I? But I was like, my dumbass was like, well, I feel like I've got an opinion.
I think your opinions are great.
I think they are great. I'm glad that, hey, they didn't say no.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, interesting.
I will say I found Until Dawn, the movie.
Oof.
Oh, the new one.
The new one that's coming out in 2025, directed by David F. Sandberg. Okay, it already came out.
It's already out.
Already out. Already saw it.
2.5 stars. Yo, why did they make a time loop movie out of the one horror game where you can't retry or respawn?
Whoa.
Yeah. Now, I've been thinking about this a lot. I'm like, if any game you were to one-to-one make into a movie, like I can think
it's
of
not this one.
Well, no, like they changed it a lot.
That's what people are saying. They're saying like 2.5 stars, more like Until Yawn.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Pretty solid.
Finally, a film that captures the unspeakable horror of tap water.
Nice.
Is there something in the water?
Maybe. Spoiler.
Shit actually pissed me off, Angry Face. Half stars. If you're going to take the name and a few elements of a game but abandon the story, your version has to be better than the OG.
Whoa.
But no, Until Dawn decides to be a repetitive time loop movie where the incredibly forgettable characters have to survive the night or else it restarts. Imagine if a Minecraft movie was just about some regular guy named Jeff in the real world working as a construction worker.
Wow.
This person
maybe it would be good.
Maybe it would be good. Maybe I would see it then.
Pissed.
We're way over 60 minutes.
Oh, shit. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I saw the 60. I was like, oh, we got time.
I didn't even see the 60.
We do technically have time, but
no, we don't.
We try not to go
gotta
too
get
far
out of here.
over. But hey, we talk about movies.
Hey, we did it. We
Every
talk about
time you're
movies.
on here, Spencer, we lose time.
You guys spend a good amount of time thinking about
Every
who
time
the actor
you waste
was.
my f***ing time.
No, it's a compliment.
Lose track of time.
Just like in Until Dawn, apparently.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that was so much fun. You know I love talking about movies.
I hope you guys enjoyed our discussion about movies.
And let us know your favorite trilogy.
Yeah,
let us know which
is the best?
is better, Ghostmates or Smosh the movie.
Which is better, Ghostmates or Smosh the movie? Also, is there a trilogy better than Lord of the Rings? The answer is no, but you can try.
You can try.
You will try. That's from Return of the King.
Revenge of the Sith. That's from Revenge of the King.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not Return of the King.
All
Trust
right.
me.
Bye, guys.
Bye.